I have a largely inexplicable aversion to the Fast and Furious movies, so Dashing Through the Snow is my first time in a while seeing Ludacris act, and he's... Listen, I'm not trying to be mean here, but between how stiff and wooden he is and how unfunny the dialogue is from Lil Rel Howery's Santa, this one was a tough sit. Ludacris plays Eddie, a social worker who finds himself and his daughter dragged along by what may or may not be the real actual Santa, or possibly just a crazy homeless man on a quest through the city on Christmas Eve. Ludacris just seems like he'd rather be anywhere else than filming this movie, and not in a way that suits his cynical straight man character. Meanwhile, the film seems to think that letting Howery just vamp and ramble is a good substitute for actual punchlines. It's this common trend in these really bad movies where Santa is real, where because Santa is magical and whimsical, the movie opts to make him an obnoxious, incompetent, overgrown child, as if that's the same thing. I suppose I like that the movie keeps you sort of in suspense along with Eddie about whether this is Santa or just a crazy person, but that's a premise that needed much better performances and a much smarter script to meet its potential. As it is, when the movie wants me to be conflicted or feel bad that Eddie doesn't believe he's dealing with the real Santa, my response is to roll my eyes out of my skull. It's one of those messy scripts full of inexplicably changing character motivations and also weird contrived padding. Man, does this one spin its wheels to make the feature-length runtime, to the point where some scenes basically just repeat themselves a few minutes apart. It's just such an inane, thoughtless thing. I needed to take long breaks throughout just to finish it, and honestly, it was not time well spent.